Today we're going to be making coconut hair mud. I've seen on so many of the channels that people are paying exorbitant prices for that other mud and the shipping, but today we're going to make something that smells good, a little bit cheaper, and works very well. One of the first ingredients that we have is aloe vera juice. We're going to have 5 ounces of that in a glass jar. We're also going to be using rose petals. Now, rose petals I use just because I grow them in my garden and I dehydrate them myself, and I like the fact that they make everything so soft. We're going to be using chamomile. Now, I usually have a jar of chamomile tea, but today I just have chamomile tea bags from the grocery store. We're going to have honey. This is just local honey. Any kind of honey will work. We're not being extravagant with this. What you have in your kitchen is what you want to use. Coconut milk powder. I get my coconut milk powder from the Indian grocery store. $2.49 for 5 ounces, which is a good price. Stuff smells excellent. We're also using Razul clay. Now, I like to use Razul clay more so than the others because, to me, it has less grit. It rinses out very easily, and it has more of the trace minerals that you want. But I think it has a little bit more silica also. We're also using coconut oil. Any type of coconut oil, organic, non-organic, you choose what you want to use. This is just one of the ones I have. First thing we do, we're heating up the 5 ounces of the aloe vera juice, mixing in 1 teaspoon of the rose petals and 1 to 2 bags of the chamomile tea, or 1 to 2 teaspoons of just the chamomile leaves. I've already had that steeping, and we're going to come back to that in just a second. We're first going to start putting our ingredients in the bowl. We're going to start off with our honey. Since these are food-based products, you want to make sure that you try to keep them as clean as possible and not cross-contaminate. 1 nice heaping teaspoon of the local honey. Oh man, that stuff is so good, so sweet. We're going to set that to the side. We're also going to have 2 heaping teaspoons of the coconut milk. Oh man, that smells so good, and it tastes wonderful. 2 heaping teaspoons of the coconut milk powder. As I'm finished with it, I'm going to set them to the side. The Razul clay is going to be with a different spoon, of course. We're going to use 3 tablespoons of the Razul clay. As you can see, most everything that I have is in a glass jar. I like putting things in a glass jar because I think it keeps them fresher, makes your product last longer, keeps any contaminants out, and it looks real pretty on your shelf, I think. Set that over to the side. We're going to use 1 to 2 teaspoons of the coconut oil itself. It depends on what your hair needs. My hair is always dry. It loves coconut oil. Now, if you don't like coconut oil, this might not be the pudding or hair mud for you. I do make 3 others, and we'll come back to those later. We've got everything in our bowl. We have our coconut oil. We have our Razul clay. We have our coconut milk powder, and we have our honey. All of this is already in the bowl. We've been steeping our rose petals and our chamomile leaves in our 5 ounces of aloe vera juice. Any type of juice, I don't endorse one product over the other. Let me find my strainer here. Where exactly is my strainer? Hold on for just 1 second, girls. Where is the strainer? Where's the strainer? Here it is. I found it. It was trying to hide away from me. Oh man, that smells so good. We're just going to strain that in the bowl. We're going to set that over to the side. Alrighty, let me get my wooden spoon here. We want to try to not use any metallic things if we can. That helps to make sure our trace elements in our mud work excellent. It's already heated. We're going to stir it really, really well so we get all the lumps out. Plus, the heat from the aloe vera juice is going to melt the oil into the pudding. I like to call it pudding, but it is hair mud. If you need a little bit more of your aloe vera juice, in this case I think I do, I'll put about 1 more ounce. Because with the mud, it depends on the temperature of the day and all the stuff with the barometrics. I don't know what it's all called, but sometimes it's a little bit too thick and you need to thin it out, so we're going to thin it out just a little bit. Stir, stir, stir. We're making a little bit of a mess. Let's clean that up. Stir until you get all your lumps out. It takes just a few minutes, not much, to get you a nice smooth product. As you can see, it's already starting to form into a nice thick mud. Now, I like to make the mud rather thick myself because I store it in the refrigerator, and this is usually enough for 3 to 4 washes because I do dilute it. A little bit of water, a little bit of hot water, because I don't like putting cold things on my hair. Let's look at the mud now. See how smooth that's getting as the coconut oil melts, as the milk and the honey and all those things mix together. You have a nice thick mud. Look at how thick that is. I always have my spatula available. We don't want to lose not 1 ounce, not 1 inch of our mud product. We'll get all that off the spoon, and we're going to put it in our container. And I would say that's about 5.5, maybe 6 ounces of, dropped my salt. 5 to 6 ounces of our mud. Put that in our jar. And look at that. Oh my goodness, that smells good enough to eat. You wouldn't want to put that in your mouth though. It probably tastes funny. Since this has no preservatives to it, that's one of the reasons I'm putting it in the refrigerator. Otherwise, I usually take about 1 ounce, dilute it, keep it in my shower, and use it that day. But this will keep in your refrigerator for at least a month. The honey helps that, plus the cool from the refrigerator. Let me show you one of the products that I already made. I made this on the 10th. Still have lots of it left. Let's see, here's my spatula. See how thick that is? You could take maybe a good ounce of this, mix it with some hot water, either put it in your squirt bottle or even in a jar and still run it through your hair, smooth it out. No shipping costs unless you already have all the products. Good cheap way for you to make something that works really well to detox the hair. Can also be used on the skin. I hope you ladies enjoyed it. Bye-bye. And leave a comment on the channel. Don't forget, I hope you like it.